1, 2, 3.
Are you ready? Well, here we go.
I'm Lisa Mitzel, and this is Condition to Win.
Hey everyone, welcome to the show or welcome back. I'm Lisa Mitzel, and today's episode is called The Spillover Effect. I'm going to zero in on what's called leaking emotional stress, how it adversely affects kids, and the way you can reduce that. The basic fact is negativity and stress don't stay inside us. They don't stay contained. They leak. And what that refers to is the unconscious, involuntary oozing out of suppressed negative emotions. Even when you try to hide your feelings of anger or disappointment, and we've all done that, the emotions manifest and spread tension within a relationship or a group. Now, for those of us in gymnastics, dance, or any youth sport, we're talking about how this impacts children and their ability to develop confidence, manage their own emotions, and perform well. Let's start with something honest. We all say things like, I hate traffic. I hate this weather. I hate my body. Those words may seem casual, but they aren't. And they don't disappear. They land first in your nervous system and then in a child's. Now, of course, you're not evil or dramatic. You're human. And I'm human. But what you may not realize is that language activates the amygdala, in other words, stress hormones. And this is physiological. Language changes what's happening in the body. Negative phrases train the brain toward threat, dissatisfaction, and rumination, and the body will react and tighten up. Children don't filter language or nonverbal communication. They absorb it as truth. What we say casually, a child's brain codes permanently. Okay, what else is happening when you leak negative words? For example, I hate. I hate is absolute. It's rigid and emotionally charged. It teaches intolerance for discomfort. It teaches binary thinking, like good or bad. It teaches avoidance instead of regulation. And what that means is that people try to hold all that stress in, but it leaks out. And then they don't regulate themselves, they don't get calm and try to resolve things and talk it out. And that creates a habit of avoidance. So here's the reframe. See if you can sit with it. Adults leak stress through language and behavior, and unbeknownst to you, the children are absorbing it. Kids are like emotional detectives. They're looking for what's real and true. Now, many different words can create a charge, so to speak, not just I hate. When an adult says, I don't like that, to a child after they make some kind of a mistake, a child's nervous system starts to learn what sounds threatening. They perceive the adult's discomfort feels dangerous. Their frustration means something's wrong with me. Making a mistake is not safe. Especially in gymnastics or dance, places that are already loaded with judgment, bodies on display, scores, rankings, good, bad, win, lose. We don't realize how these labels and how all of this can feel for a child. Let's ponder deeper. What is the spillover effect? Think about this. You may be in your adult mind with busy adult thoughts and your words come out. Now, take a moment and mentally connect your self-talk to your child's development. So here we go. Adult negative self-talk can become a child's self-critical voice. Adult negative self-talk becomes a child's stress response. An adult negative self-talk becomes a child's relationship with effort and mistakes. Now, I also want to note that it doesn't take yelling. It's often quieter than that. The sigh, a reaction, snapping over nothing, the emotional checkout while standing right next to your child. That's stress leaking. Now, we're all learning, we're all evolving, so don't worry. You're here, you're listening, and we've got this. Let's take a deep breath. This is not about being perfect or positive 24/7. That would be exhausting and wildly unrealistic. I will emphasize that parents and coaches, I know you're doing a lot to help children, so be kind to yourself and practice self-compassion. This is about self-awareness and your intentions, your good intentions, and regulation before communication. All right, here's the micro shift, what to say instead. I've got 3 practical swaps, so it is doable. Instead of, I hate this, say, this is uncomfortable and I can handle it. Or instead of saying, I hate my body's having an off day. It happens. Instead of saying, I hate when you do that, say, I'm feeling frustrated. I need a pause. We don't remove emotion. We add regulation. I'm going to say that again. We don't remove emotion. We add regulation. Now, I'm going to put out part 2 on this topic with how negative self-talk becomes identity, the inner critic, perfectionism, and performance pressure, how to actively rewire language habits in families and teams. Okay, let's wrap this up with your intention. Your words are not just communication. They shape a child's brain. And I know that you love your children. Every child is precious. So this week, pay attention to your inner voice. Maybe put a bright note on the refrigerator and start each day with the intention to notice. Notice your words, what your body is saying before you open your mouth. And notice what leaks when you're tired and stressed, because it is going to happen. So again, be kind to yourself. And if you want support or accountability, tell someone who's close to you what your intention is. This is a worthy and noble pursuit. One regulated adult can truly change the emotional climate of a whole room. And that's powerful. Well, that's the show. I'm Lisa Mitzel. I'm honored you chose to listen in. Check the show notes for information. Share a thought in the comments. Give us a positive rating if you enjoyed it. And please subscribe. You are a light in the world. I'm sending you good vibes, deep breaths, and peace.